Welcome to Daily Reps, episode 2. A little bit more screen work, so I'll be going through a bunch of like on-ball screen stuff. Start with a bit of ball handling as well, so just like how I warm up a lot of my athletes for their touch, particularly some screens work, because like on-ball picks are used in every high-level game in the world. You may as well master it. But I'm gonna keep finishing my stretching and I'll get with you guys soon. These next ones, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually pause near my chin and make that almost a set point. So even if I get bumped and I'm falling, instead of like looping it all through, I can still keep ball high, freeze there, and master what it feels like to get here. If I get hit, I can still always get better at making that shot. I'm pushing my left hand to the outside of my right, and then I'm working on that angle here. Bump, and then on the way down, I'm hitting back that spot. 1, 2, on the way down. Bit of slow step, that's my max speed. Yeah, I'm trying to be so fluid and quick at the end of my action. You never want to finish your shot slow. The reason I've started filming a bunch of these workouts is because so much of my content is me just talking to the camera, and I thought, why don't I just show the whole thing of me banging along. If people like it and they find value, awesome. Before we start, I'll just lay some basics down. This chair is going to be my screener. We're going to imagine this is going to be a drops coverage and your defender is going to go over the screen. A drops or a show coverage. What that means, this screener also has a defender. So that would usually be this help defender. The idea is they're not necessarily double teaming because they double team early. Your screen is now free for a slip or a ghost, which just means the screen just drops immediately. So what this person does instead, they're playing help coverage, and the idea is when the ball handler comes over that screen, they're stopping them whilst your primary defender still gets over the top. Because the idea is whilst the screen is still there, this athlete can guard you, the ball handler, and the screener. The way that we overcome this, talking about your help defense here for a tick, I've ultimately got to get here to the point where I can slow down to give my screener time to roll, because now if my screen is dropping, this help defender here is now in a bit of a tough spot because he has to either choose, do I commit to the ball handler who's going to be a threat in the ring, on a threat on the drive, or do I get back to my roller? Now, from the ball handling perspective, when it comes to the screen, if you ever have your defense that has already got a shoulder or a foot over that on-ball screen, your screen is simply not going to be effective. Because you're not going shoulder to shoulder, you're not establishing this player gets dropped before the screen. Because if he gets over the top, what's the point of the screen? So what I always talk about is making my primary defender, the guy that's guarding me, respect the screen. Which means I don't want him getting already hedged over the top. So in order to do that, I have to put some fear, like I'm not going to use the pick. Now, that could mean I'm attacking and I go hard step to my left in the hopes that the defender is a little bit high, for him to drop off and respect it. And once I do get them to drop just enough below the shoulder of my screener, I'll then either go through and turn my back leg so that I can bump with this foot whilst also going shoulder to shoulder with the screen. What most athletes do wrong here is they lead with this high leg. And if I lead with my high leg, I've also got to get my back leg over, and a good help defender, if you put that leg down low and you step early, they can just lean on you and lean and push to get over that screen. So what I want to do is I might fake like I'm not going to use it. I'm then going to turn through, put my body into my defense. I'm almost like keeping my right leg where it is and pivoting where now I can bump, but I also can leave this leg where it is and step down with my left. Often you'll hear you want to hug your shoulder and screen the shoulder as you go through. I like to think shoulder to middle of their back, because I don't want to go shoulder to shoulder and then go up, because if I go up off this screen, my primary defender that was low is going to get shoulder in and then going to push up to get over the top. So what I want to do, fake like I'm not going to use it, turn, bumping into my defense, bring the same leg over the screen, and I'm almost stepping down past the pick. Now, I'm ensuring my primary defender's behind me, and from here, I would usually skip and look to where my roll is going to be. So I'm going to go through, turn my body, this foot comes over, skipping, and I'll get really broad, getting a bit wider, almost like holding my primary defender back as my screen is going through. So as my screener starts rolling, this help defender has a bit of a hard choice to make, because if I'm skipping, I'm not committing straight away. And so now he's choosing, okay, do I stop the drive or do I stop the roll? And we want to make this help defender believe like all we care about is this roll. And the way that we do that is I'm not moving forwards on this skip or this hesitation, because if I move forwards, number one thing for him is to do is like stop the drive. The risk to drive is primarily a thing he has to stop. So I'm coming off this. I might fake like I'm not going to use it. There's plenty of ways you can go about that. This same leg comes over. Okay, and I'm skipping and I'm head turning left. Once I'm here, if you've got a really quick roller, you might only need to skip once before you go forwards. But if you've got a slightly screen that takes a little bit more time, I might need to come off this, skip, and wait, and crab dribble my primary to give my screener more time to roll. It's all about how long can I give my screener to roll, because the more time I give him to roll, either help commits and I got a really easy pass down low, or this athlete freaks out and goes and we attack. In the entire time that I'm skipping, I'm chin turning, not just my eyes. This defender isn't only focused on you. I'm turning my head. I'm glaring, not where my screener is, but where he's going to. Remember, it's a fear game. I want this player to feel fear. I'm looking with my eyes down strong side block in the situation. I'm making him feel that fear that, oh, I've got to get back. My man's going. And then he drops through and I have easy drives. So a little bit of fear that I'm not going to use it.